What's up, everybody? Jerrett here along with Mogan.
How's it going?
And we are here to do a special little quick video where we're going to react to the trailer for Life is Strange Season 2. We haven't watched it yet. It's 7:15 p.m. as of this recording. The trailer came out, I think, about 3 o'clock our time, something like that. But anyway, we're going to enjoy it now, and this is a new thing for us. We actually haven't made a reacts video before.
And I think it's very appropriate that the thing we've picked is Life is Strange 2, because it's a game that is so near and dear to both of our hearts. We love it to pieces.
So excited to see what Season 2 is, but without further ado, let's get to it. Mogan, hit play on that video.
All right, let's rock and roll, people. Hold on to your socks.
I have no idea where we are.
Still Square Enix, that's good.
Feels like we're walking nowhere. I don't think Daniel understands what's going on. I can't tell him the truth now. I just can't. How am I supposed to take care of us out here? On the ground! Don't move!
Okay.
What are we gonna do now?
There's nothing we can't do. As long as we're together.
All right.
Okay.
All right. So this is interesting. Were those the two boys that Chris sees at the end of Captain Spirit?
At least one of them was not.
The
Actually,
one was the
I
one,
really
I
don't
think it
think
is.
they were the same boys.
Oops,
Oh, hang
playing
on.
something else.
Hang on. Okay, there we go.
All right.
Anyways.
You don't think they were?
I don't know. I would have to look at Captain Spirit again. It looked like a different boy, because the one that's younger, that has kind of the longer hair, that may have been him, maybe in like the before the events of Captain Spirit, but I don't know. I don't think it looked like the same kid. Oh wait, you know what?
All right.
I have pulled up a picture of the kids. It totally is the same kid.
It's the same kid, right? Like it's the guy, the kid with the younger kid.
One, but I didn't remember the other one being older. I thought they were both really young.
So this is
from Captain Spirit. So it is the same kids.
So this is interesting though, because then does that mean that they're not going to focus on Chris, or is Chris just going to be a small part?
He might be a side character, or maybe you'll have to take over Chris in a separate chapter or in one of the episodes. But based on this trailer, it looks like it is primarily about these two brothers, which I really like. At any time a video game focuses on siblings as one of the primary focuses, I really like that, because I have siblings and that tugged at my heartstrings.
Right.
So I expect that if there's anything emotional that happens in this game, which there surely will be,
oh, absolutely,
I'm sure I will just be sobbing on the floor.
Yeah, and so I really think that it looks interesting, and it'll be good to see what happens with Chris and all that different stuff, where he does come into play with this, because that's interesting that from Captain Spirit you're thinking, oh, he's going to be the main person, but it definitely seems like that's not going to be the case. So that's kind of interesting.
Well, so something else that I think is probably meant to be intentionally ambiguous from the trailer. Did it look to you, when they had that very brief flashback to whatever police incident happened with the older boy? My suspicion is that the older boy may have gotten into some trouble, or accidental trouble, or he was framed or something. And then if I had to guess, I would say it probably is the younger brother, who may have telekinetic powers or something like that.
So he jumps in to save the older brother? Yeah.
Or probably not even jumps in to save him. It's probably one of those things where it's a sudden reaction. That's my theory at this time.
Well, that would make sense too, because that's how Chris discovered his power.
Yeah.
It was a sudden reaction to falling out of his clubhouse, and that's what stopped him. And he was just like, "Oh, I can float." And then those brothers saw him.
Yeah.
So interesting.
I also think it's of note that it appears as though, at least for chapter one or the first episode, it looks like the boys are probably going to be primarily in the wilderness,
Yeah.
which will be a bit of a departure. There obviously were a few scenes from the original Life is Strange that took place kind of out in more rural areas, but this one looks like maybe it's a little bit more survival based in that, these kids will have to fend for themselves if they're going to be living out in the woods to escape from what I assume is the man.
Yeah. Yeah, that would make sense. And and so then it begs the question then with how they come to meet Chris are they related to the old lady neighbor? Are they neighbors with Chris and like something happens and then they have to leave? Or do they like on their journey, are they walking through the forest and everything and they just so happen to, cross paths with Chris?
I would, based on what happened in Captain Spirit, it looked very much like they lived at the red house next door. I don't know for sure whether or not they are related to the older woman, but we'll see. Remains to be seen.
Remains to be seen. So they did come out. First chapter of this or the first episode is coming out in September. What is it? September 27th, I think is said at the end of that.
I will 100% be pre-ordering. I don't care what happens. I'm all in.
Can you look really quick and see? I just want to be sure that I'm right on that release date. Oops.
I cannot look real quick. How dare you?
Okay, I'll do it real
no,
quick.
I'm doing it. No, stop it. I'm going to find it first. Shut up. September 27th. You're right.
Okay, cool. So yeah, man, that's exciting to see. I'm really excited to see what this is going to be. That is a really good. Looks like it's going to be a really good next entry, and I'm curious. It leaves enough stuff. It gives you just enough to get really excited because it's obviously like now we're playing with not as much mind and time as more of like telekinesis abilities in this one. So that'll be interesting to see how this.
Well,
comes
that's what
into play.
we think. We technically can't prove that yet, but I'm sure that probably is where they're going with it. There aren't that many options for psychic powers.
Well, yeah, and you don't want to be pigeonholed too much. They don't want to be pigeonholed too much into the same gameplay style and stuff that Max had.
No, I certainly didn't think that they would be going back to the time manipulation function.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's going to be some pretty fun stuff. So hopefully, I wonder if we'll get another trailer or something before it actually comes out. Some games do like the launch day trailer or something like that. So I wonder if we'll get anything else or if this will just be all we get until it comes out.
Maybe we'll get a gameplay trailer. A lot of games do that.
Yeah, maybe. But I wonder if they would with this one because the gameplay is so much of the story, is so tied into the story. So I wonder if they would do that.
Maybe it'll be something like focusing on the older brother or on a side mission where there's no use of the extra supernatural powers. Maybe it'll be a bit more broad and ambiguous. I don't know. That's all just random guessing.
It's all hearsay at this point.
We may not get any other trailers because, it's barely even going to be a month.
It's coming pretty soon.
A few days before this game is out, so we barely have to wait any longer for it.
Yeah, that's very true. Let me just see. So I'm wondering then if these brothers are going to be, what the story is of why they're on the lamb too, as it is, because so many questions. How many tears shall we shed? September 27th is when it comes
out. On September. Well, not even on September 27th.
No,
we'll figure it out eventually.
It'll probably be like what? If it comes out in September, there are 5 episodes.
How long did they space them out in the original Life is Strange?
I don't remember since we didn't play them episodically.
Yeah. I mean, this will be kind of a new thing for both of us in that we'll have to actually wait for the new episodes to come out. And I don't like waiting either.
Well, that's what I did with Before the Storm is I pre-ordered Before the Storm. And then the first episode came out, and I forgot, and I was on something else. I'm probably, I can't remember what it was. And so then it took me forever to get to it, and I still haven't finished it yet. And so now it's the same way as it would be with, same way that it was with Life is Strange Season 1, where I have the whole game in front of me. So I definitely with Season 2 want to try to play it in the episodic to figure. But I bet they'll have all the episodes will probably be out by like March, I would say.
Well, okay, so I actually I looked it up. The original episode 1 for Life is Strange came out January 30th.
Okay.
Episode 2 came out March 24th.
Oh.
Episode 3 came out May 19th. Episode 4, July 28th. And episode 5, October 20th.
So 2 months gap.
About 9 months.
Okay.
Yeah. So it'll be probably a little more than half a year.
Okay.
That we'll have to. Who knows, though? Maybe they're going to accelerate the release dates.
Huh. Interesting. Well, that'll be cool to see. But yeah. Trailer looks awesome. Super excited for the game. I know we both are. We'll be playing it when it comes out. So look forward to our first impressions. So how should we do that then?
We'll do it exactly the same way that we did Life is Strange. We both reviewed episode 1, remember?
That's true.
And
Then we played through the whole
once
game.
we had finished all of it, we went back and did our full review,
Yeah.
which was one of the longest episodes we ever did.
I know, that was like an hour 45 almost. It was a great episode, though.
One of the best ones.
Oh,
One of
absolutely.
the best ones we've ever done. It was because we both love it so much.
Oh, yeah,
So
it's so good.
we'll have to do first
and because of how
impressions.
surprising, again, we're just rehashing old things about it, but like how surprised we were. I didn't expect it to be as good as it was. And so now season 2 has an incredible legacy to hold up
See,
to. So
I do
we'll see.
really wonder how that nostalgia factor is going to impact us because I feel like we had no expectations going into Life is Strange, and now we have so many expectations with Life is Strange too. So I'm hoping that I'll be able to maybe shake some of those off going into it and try to approach it with fresher eyes. But there's only so much you can do to get rid of knowledge you already know.
Yep, very true. All right, well, that is it for our reaction of the Life is Strange Season 2 trailer. We are looking for, as we said, we'll be looking forward to playing it when it comes out on September 27th. So expect a first impressions episode of that after we complete the game. But until next time, I'm Jerrett Wilson, joined by Rachel Mogan. If
Adios.
you're watching this Monday night, tonight after we recorded this thing, come back tomorrow the 21st for our new episode where we're reviewing Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice. So it should be a good one. But until next time, we'll see you all soon.